Thanks everyone for taking the time to take a look at this slide. Welcome to Freedom Home Health and Hospice Care 2019 Open Enrollment. So what is Aflac? I'll explain what Aflac is not. Aflac is not major medical, meaning that all of you guys have your own major medical, either through the company or through your own individual plans, either with your spouse or individually somewhere else. Aflac is the insurance that pays you directly, meaning that in case of an illness or an accident, your medical insurance is going to pay the doctors, the nurses, the medications, but Aflac is going to pay you cash directly that you can use for whatever you need. Aflac is there to protect you and protect your paycheck whenever you need it the most. So open enrollment is going on right now, and this is how it works. Aflac works pretty much the same as an open enrollment with health benefits. We do it once a year, and that's when you can make any changes. You can add, delete, add or take away plans, and throughout the year we can also enroll you if you're an employee or if there's a qualifying event like a marriage, divorce, newborn baby, things like that. The plans with Aflac and the reason why they're so affordable and such a good choice for Freedom Home Health is you get the savings of having a group discount because of the relationship with Aflac and Freedom Home. The benefits are portable. You can take them with you even if you leave the company, whether you are separated for whatever reason. It's not like major medical. If you have major medical and you leave the company, you lose that. That's not the case with Aflac. This is also a payroll deduction for W-2 employees. If you are a per diem employee, we can issue the policies and give you the same discount, or we just have to do a direct billing, meaning it will come out of your bank account instead of your paycheck. One of the also great many things that Aflac has is 1 day pay. We pay claims in 24 hours. If you have a claim and you file it before noon in any given day, you will have your money direct deposited into your account the very next day. Here are the plans that are being offered this year. The very first one that I'm going to go over with you is the accident plan. This one, just like it says, it's an accident plan. It covers anything that has to do with an accident. It could be as simple as slipping and falling in a shower, you cut yourself, you burn yourself, anything that requires medical attention and you have to see a doctor, then there is a benefit for it. One of the things that it covers, or one of the many things that it covers, I'll just briefly describe the plan. It's initial hospitalization. It pays you $1,500 for a hospital confinement after 18 hours. If you go to the ICU, it pays you $2,500. Accident hospital confinement benefit is $300 per day as long as you're in hospital for up to a year. If you land in the ICU right away, it pays you an additional $500, so that would make it $800 per day for the first 15 days. It pays for x-rays at the hospital. It pays for x-rays at the doctor's office. There's also an ambulance benefit, $250 if it's a if it's a ride on a regular ambulance. If you're airlifted, it pays you $1,875. Blood plasma transfusions, major diagnostics like a CT scan, CAT scan. There's follow-up treatments, therapy treatments, appliance benefits. If you need crutches, a chair, a boot, things like that, there's a benefit for that as well. If you need to have a prosthesis built, there's a benefit for it, or repaired. There's also a benefit for that. If you need to be confined to a facility for rehab, it pays you $200 per day. There is also a benefit for a home modification, meaning that if your house has to be modified because now you have to be on a wheelchair, or you need rails for the stairs, or rails in your shower, there's a benefit that pays up to $4,000. And then there is the bulk of the benefits are described here. There's dislocations, burns, skin grafts, eye injuries, lacerations, fractures, concussions, emergency dental work, coma, paralysis, surgical procedures, etc. There's also a little mini death benefit policy with this. If you happen to die in an accident, it pays $50,000 for you and for your spouse, $15,000 for a dependent child. If you're in a common carrier, meaning you pay a ticket to get onto a bus, a train, or an airplane, and you die in an accident while you're a passenger, then it pays $200,000 for you, for your spouse, and $30,000 for your child. This one also has a dismemberment benefit, meaning that if you lose a limb, it could be as little as a pinky and as much as a whole limb, like a leg or an arm. It ranges anywhere from $300 to up to $50,000. There's also a wellness benefit, which is payable once per year per policy. It's $60 just for you to get a checkup. So if you haven't gotten a checkup, you can just go to the doctor, you submit the claim, get a $60 check. There's also a organized if you play sports, or if your kids play sports, there's a benefit for that. Continuation of benefits, transportation benefit, it pays $700 per round trip, up to 3 times per year. Family lodging benefit, if you want your family to be with you while you're in hospital outside of the city, then it pays $150 per night, up to 30 days per covered accident. Then there's also there's surgery, anesthesia, skin cancer is also covered. There's a hospitalization confinement benefit of $200 per day. Hospital confinement for 30 days or more, 31 days or more, then it goes up to $400 per day. Outpatient hospital surgical room charge. I mean, this benefit is pretty robust. The plan also covers home health care, hospice care, nursing services, surgical processes. Speaking of hospice care, I mean, this is what you guys do, so there's a benefit for that. If you need a nurse to come to you because of the cancer treatment, there's a benefit for that. Other reconstructive surgery, so if because of the chemotherapy you need reconstructive surgery, there's a benefit for that. Ambulance, transportation, lodging, there's all of those benefits there as well. The next plan is called critical care plan. This one covers you in case of any major catastrophic illnesses like strokes, heart attack, third-degree burns, paralysis, coma. There is the initial benefit, if anything like that happens, is $7,500. But then where it really starts piling up is days 1 through 7 is going to pay $800 per day that you're in the hospital. Days 8 through 15 is $1,300 per day, limited to 15 days. But then there's the step down intensive care unit benefit. It's $500 per day. And then after that, it pays $300 per day with no lifetime maximum. I actually had a friend that was diagnosed with a critical illness 3 days after he had gone to Kaiser 3 different times and he was sent home. He happened to finally, at the third time, on the third day that he was in the hospital, he was hospitalized and was in there for 6 months. This plan would have paid him $300 per day that he was in the hospital. The next plan that we have is the hospital choice plan. So you have major medical, there's deductibles, there's co-pays, and all of those things apply. and they're pretty expensive depending on the plan that you have. The hospital plan helps cover some of the out-of-pocket cost. In this particular plan, there is a $2,000 benefit if you're hospitalized and you are there for 24 hours or more. And then there's a $100 per day that you're in hospital. There's an emergency room benefit, ambulance, etc. This plan works really, really well if you, for instance, are planning to have a family. My wife and I just used that this year. The only caveat to this plan is that you have to have the plan before you get pregnant. But once you have the plan and then go through the pregnancy, it'll pay you. We got paid over $3,500 for this plan for having our baby. There's also a surgical riders, and then there's an Aflac Plus rider, which covers other things in addition to what the hospital plan covers. How does this work? The start date of the plans will start, we're in open enrollment right now, so the plans will start on January 1st, 2020. All of your policies will arrive by mail once you sign up. Once you receive your policies, then you can register online at aflac.com when you get your policies. What this will do is it'll give you a profile online where you can file claims and do what's called a smart claim and get paid right away. You can put in your banking information. That way, when you do a claim, it'll be direct deposited into your account. Here's the how to sign up. Next, we will be calling you to go over the plans and answer any additional questions. What I went over just now is just a brief overview of what the plans cover. We are going to have agents call you and give you additional information, more detailed information, and then if you want to sign up either individually, you and your spouse, or you and the family, then they'll get that information, put it in the system. That way everybody's covered. Please don't hesitate to reach out to any of the enrollers with any questions you may have, and we'll look forward to bringing you into the Aflac family. Thank you for your time. Next plan, which is the cancer plan. This one is just like it says, it covers any cancer diagnosis. There's a cancer screening benefit of $75. Initial diagnosis, it pays the insured or spouse $4,000. If you happen to have your kids in the plan, it pays $8,000, so the benefit doubles. There is also additional benefits for lodging, for therapies, hormonal, topical therapy, blood plasma transfusion,